This program is brought to you by the following non-paid sponsors: the League of Extraordinary Beings, the Society of Poor Knights of the Multiverse, Battle School, the deployed from Detroit School of Leadership and Madness, the Society of the Pale Horse, the Curiodrome, and of course, viewers like you.
Hi! Can you hear me? What kind of chaotic horse shit have I done to the audio this time? Every time I'm like, I got it this time. All the knobs, right spot, dials, everywhere needs. Then there's always like a weird echo or something crazy. I'm hoping everything's okay. With that. If it's not, holla at your gal. I got the chat at least up. And we'll go from there. Hey gang, how are you this evening? I'm good. Good enough, right? You don't always need to be good. You can just be good enough to get you there. Let me swap this. I went out shopping earlier. Let me just get these and just kidding. Let me swap this though. It's a little snug in the shoulders. So, last time we talked, we were going over character, beliefs, values, norms. We did that a whole bunch, and then we started getting into character and how to change someone's character. This is the worst version of Mr. Rogers ever. And how we might go about... Well, now this is a little too little. But how we might go about trying to change character in an individual if we're running into somebody who they're just not fitting in, or they're rubbing people, whatever you want to say for it's not working. There's something about this individual you want to change. Well, how do we go about that? And there's definitely ways of doing it. And I think I said it twice on accident. Because I realized, too, watching back to the last episode, that I'm pretty sure I covered all that shit the one right before it. Like, I think I literally hit all the slides from the previous episode. So, no excuse not to know that stuff, right? Nah, who gives a shit? So we're going to continue with that. We're going to go skip past a lot of the coverage stuff because, like I said, I've beaten that dead horse so much, it's going to come back and get me. Hang on, weed cough. Ooh, that's sexy. Nothing like hacking up an oyster. Hi, boys. Oh, important now. I do have one correction, one very important correction. And I don't remember if it was last week's episode in earnest, or if it was that weird little thing where I got baked and played with my banjo. But I made the egregious assertion that Faygo wouldn't have a zero sugar. And they do. I was in the store today and I was like, oh, well, shut my fucking mouth. Ooh. I haven't tasted it yet. This will be my taste test. You can see my face genuinely. I'll just die. Oh, shit. Okay, let's see. It's not sponsored, by the way. Nobody gives me money for this, fucking clearly. Get the regular one. It's still 99 cents in a lot of places. Oh, let's go ahead and get the regular one and drink more water. Okay. Let's do it. Boom. Let's go into the big screen. How do I do that again? Nope, nope. Yep, nope. Blip. There it is. Okay. Leading by example. So, one of the reasons I like to bring up R. Lee Ermey is because genuinely R. Lee Ermey was a good leader. They were also an actual drill sergeant in the Marine Corps. But the reason I bring them up so often is because there were a lot of instances where I was teaching junior instructor types who weren't drill sergeants, but boy, did they dream they were. And I would have to remind them that although they fantasized about being Gunnery Sergeant Hartman gets clipped by the special kid in the bathroom. So his method fucking is not sustainable. And, you know, we often hear a lot too, like, oh, you can't know that someone will do that, and you can't, like, that shit happens. People just go crazy sometimes. Like, no, that's actually not true. Turns out, no. People don't just snap. People don't just anything. There is no just anything to fucking anything. All of that was avoidable. All of that was, specifically, he isolated that individual throughout the entire time. A lot of times when we talk to people about hazing and when to do it, not do it, etc. Because there's gentle forms of hazing you can do where maybe you make the new folks wash the cars or something. It's weird. It's towards the mission, but it's also whatever. Then there's the other types of hazing where it just gets out of fucking control, where they're like, let's hurt them. And then it's, let's embarrass them. Let's make them understand that they are below us. And you're like, oh, there it is. That's a problem. That's not your fucking job here, buddy. That's not the role of a leader, to remind people that they're below you. Fuck you. Go fuck yourself if you think that's your job at any point in the day. They will see it. If they need to be reminded, that means you need to do something to show them, not tell them. Don't give me stories, motherfucker. Give me a movie. Show me. Spreckenzy movie. Gunnery Sergeant Hartman. Boop. Your leaders are looking at you for results, meaning the people you work for. Your troops are looking at you for guidance. Your people want to know, how do we do this thing? You've told me how to do this, so that kind of lets me think you kind of at least have an idea. Your leaders can assess the character of other leaders by observing their subordinates. So one thing I'll do a lot of times is before I go talk to a leader, I'll go talk to their subordinates. If I'm inspecting that leader or rating that leader, I'll go talk to their subordinates, and they'll give me the for real picture before, a version of it. Everyone's got different stories at times. Usually, though, there's a thread you can follow quite easily. It is difficult to get away with anything. You're always being watched. We say lead by example because you might as well, because they're watching you. Like Santa Claus, baby. They'll find out. And you look silly when you don't think they'll know. Like when you behave in such a way where like you are kind of like smarmy and you guys wouldn't understand. They know you're a fucking moron. Because that's not how like real people talk. That's how insecure shitheads talk. And so immediately your whole unit's just gonna like, fuck this person. You need to skip all that bullshit about thinking you're getting away with anything. No. Be the thing you want to see. If you want to see it, that means it needs to be there. So, up and Z. Fucking get to it. Character building. Building character requires honesty. Not just like that shitty sort of MMA t-shirt honesty where you're just being rude. But... and also not like emo honesty where you're like holding an iron to your leg. But a sort of middle ground where you're being honest, where you can look at the things you do well and the things you do poorly. Things I do well, I'm very poetic. Things I do poorly, sometimes I'm too fucking poetic. As I'm realizing that iron line, that was a bit much. Okay. And I'm sure there are a number of examples. But you need to look at what are the components of your character. And by character, too, we're talking about, again, we had your beliefs, values, and norms. Things you believe, things you value, rules you tend to follow. And your character then becomes your assemblage of those things, how you maintain them, how you demonstrate them, how you give them to other people. And it becomes this expectation, this set, this name equals. When I call upon, back in the day when they called Sergeant Saley, that's who I was, people would have a certain expectation that certain things would be accomplished, certain things wouldn't. A lot of shit needed to be spell checked with me. In fact, everything. Anything else, though, I was going to nail. Math, check that too. But, dyslexic is all hell. But what can you do? Okay, switching to the screen here. So, but without digging into, don't break your own leg trying to kick yourself in the ass. But what are your real character flaws? Where do you fuck up consistently? What is something you do that you don't like doing? Are you too critical of yourself? Are you too critical of others? Are you too, let's just say, vocal with that criticism? Because you can be critical of other people and just not be a dickhead about it. And that doesn't mean don't say shit to their face. It means keep it to your fucking self. Don't go talking behind people's backs and don't wait till they're gone and be like, oh my God, did you see this fucker? Stop it. You're going to be dead in 6 decades. Relax, focus. We got shit to do. Can you be honest with yourself? If you can't be honest with yourself, find people who will be. My friends are awesome. One of my friends, the Gunny, they are an interesting confidence builder with me sometimes. Because I tried on some outfit and I was like, do I look cute in this? He didn't even look up. He's like, you know you do, bitch. Get out the door. Thank you. That was the feedback I needed. Not like you look good, but quit fucking worrying about it. That was, that was the better feedback in that moment. And you need people like that who will check you on your bullshit, because otherwise you're just going to live in it. There's excellent examples abound. And maybe I'll get to that later. Probably not. I don't give a shit. Character building. Building your own character. You need to take responsibility for building and strengthening your own character. No one else is going to do it for you. No one can do it for you. I was talking to my buddy the other day about what it takes to destroy the devil. He's one of those sort of interesting types. Speaks in neo-crusader metaphors without knowing what any of it fucking means. And he's like, we need to defeat the devil. And so I do like to talk to people in their own language. And I said, the devil is not a thing that can be defeated outside of oneself. You can only defeat instances of the devil in yourself. Devilishness in yourself. And all you can do outside of that is help other people to destroy that in themselves. Otherwise, there is no... Where are you going to point a cannon? Whose head are you going to cut off to make that fucking work? It's not how it works. You don't... The devil's the thing in you. It's a pilot you let get behind the stick. And it is you. It is you. Don't cut excuses for yourself with it. Okay. Flashback. Assess the present strength of your values and character. What do you like that you do? What do other people like that you do? What do you get requested for? What do you get called on for? What do people avoid calling you for? What are you not fun for? Here's a fun fact for me. I'm fun. For the most part. I get invited to a lot of parties. I get a lot of, like, kind of fun, wild, quirky events. A lot of my friends did not invite me to their weddings. And it's not because... This was before I dressed like this. This was when I was still like, hi, my name's Dude Name, and I'm here to do fella stuff. Yeah. No. It's because I talk about literally everything. So I'm fun, but like at some point I will be talking about death at your wedding. I can't... I probably could help it, but I tend not to. I get it. I'm great at funerals. Oh, man. That'd be an awful... I mean, I don't know, maybe that'd be a cool business. Funeral clown. Hey, everybody. Who's in the box? Just immediately get killed the first day. To the point, babies. Okay. Seek out missions and situations that support developing... Oh, I skipped one. Determine what values you want to promote. So you're going through your own values, like here's what I do, here's what I don't, here's what I'd like to do, here's what I'd not like to do. Determine the values you want to promote when you're talking to other people, when you are acting, behaving, when you are selecting where you shop, what you drive, all of it says something. Whether or not it says a big something or a little something or whatever, it all starts to build an overall picture. It starts to build that character. So select role models who demonstrate the values and character you're trying to develop. Find people who do the things you want to do and copy them. That's a great start. Don't copy them all the way because they're them, you're you. There are differences. But notice the things about them you like. Notice the things about them you value and you respect and that you specifically see missing in your environment. You need to develop habits that force you to continually develop your mind and character. This could be through engaging in regular conversation with people, going and meeting strangers all the time. It's a great way. Just talking to strangers, it's a good time. It can be. It can also be weird, but hey, that's a good time sometimes. But these habits where you're these are people interactions. These are you with other individuals. And so this isn't anything you can really practice by yourself. This is the same efficacy of making out with a teddy bear to practice. Good luck. But I mean, I guess that's why this is here, so you can just practice with me instead. That's what this says. Don't kiss me, goddammit. I don't want any stranger shit like that. You said on your show. No. Select a role model who demonstrates the values and character. Okay. So look for someone who does the things you want to do. Develop habits that force you to develop your character. That could be going to do pub quizzes. That could be get out there and have social engagements. Have opportunities to get into fights. And I'm not saying punching bitches. I'm saying confrontation, altercation, friction, bowling, sports, sort of low risk, high fun, kind of goofing around shit. Go play pickleball and pick up, that's not don't pick fights with strangers. Despite the earrings. Did you see these? I found these today. They're little Fight Club soaps. They're so cute. Name's Jenny Durden. I kind of have to. What else are some... Because that is, like... You can do some of this online. You can have sort of... You can get to some of these depths in things like Discord groups and social media groups and shit like that. Reddit-y kind of stuff, but it is so much more effort to get meaningful results from it. It's a lot of shallow depth kind of shit. It's not to insult your communication or anyone else's communication. It's just the nature of the beast. So much of our communication as humans is done visually and microtonally and all this other stuff that just looking at it on the page isn't going to do anything. It's why I don't just email you this. Because, one, you're not going to read it. But two, it doesn't... This isn't that. The Dharma that can be written is not the true Dharma, baby. This ain't the true Dharma either. But it's kind of talking about the same thing. Oh, I forgot I wasn't a fan. Oh, maybe I am. There's a taste happening. This one's the orange one, by the way. Ass flame? That can't be a real ingredient. Asuflame? Nope. Asulafame? Sucrose? Bitch, that's sugar. Okay. Sorry. The better you understand yourself, the easier it is to exercise your will and self-discipline. Because you'll know why you're not doing the things you want to do. You'll have a better understanding of where your behaviors are coming from, where your motivations come from. Why do I cry during certain movies? Why, anything that's sort of I laugh at all kinds of wild shit. I am a bit of an absurdist thinker in a lot of ways. Like my answer to existentialism is just laugh at it. Because I definitely freaked out about it for a while, but that does nothing to the... You're like, oh my god, there's infinite universe and darkness and yeah. That's crazy, huh? But it's something I have to understand is I'm going to act gleefully and joyfully to a lot of things that will straight up fucking terrify and upset other people. And it's not that I need to contain that. I don't give a shit. But I do need to be aware of it. I do need to be like, oh, hey, sorry, sweetie. I'm not laughing. I'll explain it. But I'm also not going to, I'll leave the room if it becomes an issue. But I don't know. You have to know those things about yourself. Are these habits you have changeable? Is there value in changing them? What is the value in me laughing at stuff less? Just being very stoic all the time. The one sort of assumed value is that I would then sort of say less alarming stuff, I suppose. But then I would also say less stuff in general. So the alarm is part of the package, I guess, until I can weed it out. Whoo. But I'm aware of it. So before I go into briefings, I go, don't say fuck, don't say fuck, don't say fuck. And I usually only say it once. I had a commander. I was out the door for a briefing one time. It was, Saley. I go, yes, sir? And he goes, don't say fuck. And I'm like, Roger. Okay, building character in your troops. It's the same as in you, but with a bunch of other people. Just kidding. The character you wish to instill is dependent on the... dyslexia. I'm looking at a second monitor out my right, just one eye. My whole head exploded. The daily example you set, that lead by example business, that is that's you showing your people what you expect, at least in some degree. That may not be you expecting they stand as you stand, but maybe stand where you stand. Yeah, I won't push that one any further. Your example should be consistent with the values of courage, candor, competence, and commitment. That's from the Army side of things. But whatever values you're pushing, we have here at the League, love first, everyone wins, victory through peace, and kindness at all costs. And we are extremely consistent with those, to the point where we will cut ties and put the brakes on missions if one of those 4 core values becomes threatened. Or if we see something's missing, we're like, oh, pause X, this shit ain't happening no more. Because we want those in other people, and we need to be serious about it. We need to, if that's what you believe, fucking prove it. Your values and those that you demonstrate should be in line with the organization for whom you lead, or you should leave for one that does. This is why, wink wink, you're seeing a huge number of people leave the military right now. You're seeing a huge number of generals leave. You're seeing a huge number of officers, enlisted folks. The few that are staying behind are those that think they can help. Those that are sticking it out because they kind of don't have much of a choice. Those that have just enough Kool-Aid on their breath to see what happens. And then there's the fucking 8-9 lunatics who are like, we're going to drive this bitch in the ground. It's crazy over there. The types... One, the amount of fatalities is fucking gnarly. And let's just say the numbers you have received are inaccurate. Dramatically so. And the real numbers are frightening. As a former mortuary professional from the Global Wars on Terror, I saw something today. They said, like, we're almost wrapping up. I'm like, bitch, you've almost already lost. You haven't even set fucking foot. And just rapidly lost ground. And then the friendly fire kills. But again, this is examples of shit leaders getting shit results. Showing their troops that shitty things are okay. And thus you get shitty results. If you let things slide, we don't need an ROE. ROE is a gay. Fucking Peter Puffin Hexeth is such a goddamn pit. Dude. Oh, okay. Never mind. I won't do it, but I'm gonna try and track down, and we'll do some first-person grinder stories about Peter Eater. He's a special boy. Notice his dancing shoes and his fucking signal flags and all his fruity business. He is such a weird... He's one in particular who fascinates me. Because he is another closeted homosexual. Could be bi, whatever. I'm sure he's fucked chicks. Doesn't matter. But he's sort of a counterqueer, or whatever you want to call it. But he's one of those, like, DL guys, and not, like, on the down low because my family will kill me, but, like, on the down low because it makes it thrilling. It's why so many of them, too, get into the Nazi fantasy, and they get into a lot of these, and for them, and for a lot of and people are wondering, why are these, closeted homosexuals hanging out with Nazis? It's because they like the outfits. It's like, literally, it's a sort of a kink and a fetish. There's been, since, the 50s and 60s, there's really sort of skeezy BDSM Nazi play kind of culture thing. Because they were the evilest motherfuckers on earth, and so if you were going to play Dungeon, that would be your, your setup, the way we would play cowboys and Indians as kids. My apologies, natives. I was always the cook. I think we're all lucky I just forgot what I was talking about. Teach and demonstrate the right... Oh, I was talking about the Nazi cosplay thing, the fruity shit. Yeah, Nazis join for the boots and stay for the boys, babies. And he's one... I'm not saying I don't know his membership to the... I don't know if he has anything with Nazis per se, but I do know he has, like, connections with these sort of neo-crusader evangelical types who just completely shit on the gospel. They hate Jesus. Fucking hate Jesus Christ. If they were to meet Jesus Christ, they would shoot him in the mouth. Everything they preach is so counter to the gospel that it is vile. I remember sitting in a service one time, and this preacher being up there telling everybody, you know, that we ought not feed the homeless. That although our Lord does say we should care for one another, you know, maybe what it means to care for a person is to maybe not care for them. You ever think about that? Maybe that homeless person is homeless because God wants them to suffer. Hang on, let's hit the fucking brakes here. Boop, time out, Padre. That ain't in there. That ain't in the book. That's not. But it's that type of shit. Those were the same type of people who were showing us gun cam footage in church, and it's this weird perversion of like excuse. I'm trying to come up with a word for what it does, but it sort of elevates excuses and then puts them in a place where almost like, well, you can't reach my excuse. You can't swap my excuse because it's religion. Like, no, it's not, bitch. You can't. It's not in the fucking book. You can't pretend it's some real shit. It's not in there. Our Lord and Savior, Jesus H. motherfucking Christ, did not say that. Sorry, Floyd. It ain't in there. But, whoo, sorry. That one gets hella personal, as you can tell. I shouldn't be flashing my whatever kind of creature I am, boobies. It is infuriating, but like, imagine now what example that shows to other people. These are the people in power, quote unquote. Fuck your power. But these are the people with the ability to make decisions like this. And this shows, this is what we want. This is what we want at the top of the class. We don't mind having child molesters and liars and morons and rapists and closeted fruits and all that bullshit, as long as they... I'm waiting. What is a lifelong Republican here, Floyd? I don't know what the fuck to tell you. These people are insane. Shit. I even voted for GW. I apologize. Dearly and sincerely. But that was the level of... I was... a couple of R words. One of them being Republican. But these are not values that do anything... Okay. I'm going to pull myself out of this like frustration looping, get back onto the point, for your sake and my own. Because this isn't fair to drag you through my personal fucking upheavals. So maybe, okay, not maybe, but actually the more important point then would be to counter these poor examples of leadership. We need to be out there. You need to be out there. I'm already out there. The people I lead, I already lead. Now go get yours. Now, You may need to go practice. You may need to go get some experience. You may need to go meet some new people. Find your Obi-Wan. Don't turn into Vader. Good goddamn luck. That is the challenge for all of us who want to become leaders. Is to go find us an Obi-Wan Kenobi and not become Darth Vader, knowing full well that we will be asked to, and that it is intoxicating, and we shouldn't. There are better paths. And show that to people. That is how you lead. Purpose, motivation, and direction. Told you I'd say it every time. Those things need to be there. But you demonstrate. Yes, you can say, hey, you go do this way. Sure. But a terrific example I like to bring up is my father. My dad's a lieutenant colonel. He was a wing commander. He was a full-bird colonel. And he got demoted for helping one of his troops. Because politics is a fucking thing even in the service. Even in the volunteer services. Even when they don't fucking pay you, they'll still fuck you. But Colonel Saley can often be seen at a mission where he is the commander, sweeping the floor. Or wiping up a counter, and then you'll see some captain or go get that from him. Jesus. I'm like, sir, we're sorry. He's like, I just shit's on the floor, there's a broom, what are you gonna do? That's his leadership style. He expects the floor to be swept. And he's not precious about, like, sweeping the floor is, it's not a ceremonial fucking job. Anyone can do it, and he steps up. He is part of the workflow among his people. Not only is he guiding them, but he is there with them. He's not just setting them out to sail, but he's there on the boat with them. And that is something I'm very glad to have stolen from him. Because I think the way I word it these days, in a lot of my own work, is I say, your people will let you push them into fire if they know you're going to hold their hand through it, if they know you're going to pull them out, and if they know you're going to soothe their burns afterwards. They'll let you hold them in the fire all goddamn day. It is a trust thing. And that is a great display of trust. Or a great way for the troops to trust their leader. Because not only are the tasks at hand, like, not only is this how we behave, not only is this what we do, but it's like the king trying the food for the taste testers to see if it's poisoned. Like, the king's like, we're good, kids, you have it. It's that kind of thing for some people where they're like, what the fuck is happening? Because there's some oak leaves over there with a broom. Let that be you. And don't make a display of it. Hey, everybody, notice what I did? Just do it. Let it be ignored a good couple, 8, 9 times. It might. Till it becomes part of your character, part of your story, and then people know, that's so-and-so. This is the kind of shit they do. This is the kind of environment they instill. This is the kind of people they work with. The story will gradually write itself. As long as you focus on your character. That's fun, isn't it? Where were we? Troops, right? Oh my god. What was that rant I went on? Holy blackouts, Batman. Okay. The character... Sorry. The character you wish to instill is dependent on da-da-da. Your example should consist of occurs da-da-da, the values demonstrating You must teach and demonstrate the right values and norms of working, training, and living. Woo-hoo! this is how we teach it in the military too. This isn't. There are for sure shitheads and bad guys. There's shitty people everywhere you go. I met a guy in Special Forces. I won't give too many details. They were in the Navy. But they were like almost an idiot. Excellent in like a very narrow lane of stuff. Big fucking goon. Their whole role was just to carry big heavy shit. And then they were like, they could just masterfully just tell you stuff about guns. And then besides that, they're trying to remember what that was about. About right living. What was that guy's deal? Because he was so funny, because his whole line was like, I ain't smart, but I can lift heavy things. And like, he knew who he was. He knew who he could rely on. He knew who to turn to. And the team knew to turn to him for his things. And he wasn't there as a slug, as some extra function. As anything that he wasn't a burden in any way. He added to the team. And the team added to him. He was smart all of a sudden, because he was part of that team. There he is with the smartest motherfuckers on the planet. Doesn't matter he doesn't know shit. He can go ask them. He's got it covered, baby. Like, in addition to that, those assholes can't do the things he can do. They look to him. I have no idea what that relates to the last point I was trying to make. Whatever. Legalize it, babies. Changing character. So you're going to compete with a lot. You've got schools. What was that? Never mind. I'm not going to go back. You'll compete with a lot. You've got churches, schools, parents, clubs, parties. Parents is more if you're dealing with like young people. It's not so much an issue in your older troops. Sometimes it can be. I've dealt with people's parents like up into their 20s at times, where you're like, why is a 27-year-old's mother on the phone with me? And why does she think that's going to do anything to impress me? Yeah, it is what it is. We must rely on our own character and life experiences to attempt to assist others in changing character. So this is where broadening your experience is going to give you the most impact in this kind of an area. Because you do need to be able to speak to people in their own language. And when you're trying to change someone's character, you can have people who have come up in environments where certain things are thought a certain way. There are people who are going to make judgments about other individuals or other situations or whatever, just because that's part of the package they were raised with. And so you going out and experiencing these other worlds, and go to a couple church services, go to a synagogue a couple times, get you over to the mosque, go hang out with some druids, all of them. See how they describe things. Hold up a can of Coke and see what they call it. And you will find out they all call it something different. But that will give you utility and give you ability to speak to these people in their language when they come to you with, hey, quit picking on the queer kids. I get you have an idea about, okay, they're not getting into heaven, whatever, but it's not your fucking job to get them into heaven, is it? No. Leave them be. I've literally had that conversation a couple of times. And it is what it is. But that trooper, alright. And I, push them on their own thing. It is all we have beyond one another? What? Oh, our experience. Yeah. If you think about what a person is, what a person does at the fundamental level, you get rid of all the things a person might do and get down to what a person will for sure do. You have, there's the three sort of Buddhist natural sufferings. Those are there. Age, sickness, and dying. But more broadly, age, sickness, and dying are components of experience, perception, and then we have our story of that perception. The story told about us, the story we generate in perceiving the world around us. We call these things blue and green and red, and none of it is that. That's not what that is. It's just the story we're on right now. It's the story we've got. And people are stories. The thing that lives on, my friend Jeremy's the story. And so Jeremy's not gone. He's dead. I can go show you his body. Well, I can't go show you his body, but I can show you where he's buried. He's not like in my yard or anything. He's in a cemetery. Great Lakes National. Like all the other good boys and girls. Man, is he a story. He's almost bigger now. He was very big then. Shorter than me, scrawny. But that plus his story, he was a giant. His story came into rooms before he did. His story stayed in rooms well after he left. His story is still here. That is what we are. And if you can value that about yourself, understand the story you tell through your life, the character you are in this story, how you see things, how music hits you, how color hits you, flavor. How do you handle lemon meringue pie? How do you handle watermelon? Now imagine it's done completely differently somewhere else, right next to you. Just that person sitting right there. You know, here, I'll show you a thing I really like. I won't go brand hog, but like black licorice. Ooh wee. Me and my great grandmother were the only two people who were into it. That I have met in my lifetime. I know they sell this stuff because I fucking buy it. But I'm the only person I've encountered who's like, yes! And then starts eating it, besides me and my granny. And she's the one who got me hooked on it. Oreos and black jelly. I think she just had it out for my goddamn teeth, I tell you what. But, you know. And I've sat right next to people who could take the same piece of candy, pop it in their mouth, and have not even kinda the same experience as me. Or they're like, ooh, quickly, kill me. This is awful. And I'm like, I'll take that, Kimmy. That's part of my story. That's part of my experience. It's part of the quirk of the work, man. And so if you want to change someone's character, figure out how they got to that character. We talked about beliefs, values, and norms developing through history, through experience, through years of generational shit. People learning it this way and training it this way. And this is how you do it. And this is how we do it around here. And this is how a good Irishman does it. And a good Scot. And a good American. And a good... pick a country and blah, 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 blah. Everyone's been told some fucking story of how to nail this thing. And clearly nobody's been told the right one, because none of us are fucking nailing it. Right? Global warming won. The Nazis won. Remember? The gay Nazis won. So it's even weirder. None of our trains are on time. That was, not to be glib, but they always made the joke. They're like, well, at least the trains ran on time. We don't even get that. We just have these fucking morons telling us, you know who's cool? I am. I'm an awesome person. Really, Floyd? Would you have to tell us? Wink. Oh. You know what? I will say this. Hitler did do one thing right. He shot himself in the fucking head. Change of character and problematic members. This slide came from working with an organization that had a lot of volunteer members. And this is kind of me just saying the exact same thing again here. You people come from all over the place. Everyone has, to be crude again, as I do, imagine, if you will, your mother. Your poor, sweet mother on her way to giving birth. And there she is, just boop, on the table, stirrups, prepare to fire. And fires you into the world like a goddamn cannon. That is the trajectory you are on. Hospitals are like artillery batteries firing human beings into existence, and none of us stop to be like, what the fuck is this? Probably because the babies are so cute. And we're all like, oh my god, look at these little thingies. But existentially speaking, what the hell is happening over here? We have a room of ladies just causing their hips to turn into portals and shoot new beings into existence? Okay, cool. That's fine. That's a thing we do around here. Life is fascinating. It is a weird thing to just be around. But think about all the directions those cannons face. All the directions they were facing before. Who was loading them? Hey now. And here you are trying to catch the poor thing. Oh, gotcha. And put him on a new direction. It is that same effort. You're dealing with momentum. You're dealing with trajectory. You're dealing with all the same forces you would by trying to catch a goddamn cannonball. Except you don't have the luxury of actually getting to catch the thing. Because it's in them. There is no... we talked about not being able to throw, commitment on a meat slicer. Can I get an extra, 4 ounces of commitment? Thick sliced? Thicker. Yeah, no, okay. But have some compassion for yourself, for your own struggle, for holy shit, that was the path you were set on, and here's how far you've made it. You know how many people don't make it out past the first day? Infant mortality rates. Check that out if you want to feel sad for a minute. You beat them. The poor kids in accidents, traffic accidents, and skateboard accidents, and all the holy shit stuff that happens in childhood where they slipped on what and then what, and it's chaos. You beat them. You beat my buddies, the guys I went to high school with who were killed in Iraq and Afghanistan. And you beat the ones killed in Syria and Jordan and Lebanon and all over the world. You've made it past them. Fired out of a cannon right beside them. Still on your way to a target. Still very possible to hit a wall. But that's why we're here. We're here to help you with that. So remember that your people are coming from all over the place. And so are you. And you're in this one place now together. That's something you do have in common. And you want to be there, ideally. That's something you have in common. But also know, too, sometimes these folks are going to come from environments where shitty behavior is good behavior. It's either rewarded through actual praise, like, good job, that was awesome, high five, or that's how they survive. These are the things done to actually get by day to day. You have to, some people will lie instinctively, just knee jerk, and then they're like, oh, hang on, no, that's not what I meant. I was going to say, because they're so used to having additional truths ready. There's the truth they live, and then there's the truth they have ready for shithead. Whoever's going to be hollering at them and asking their dumb questions and, what the fuck are you doing? Oh, nothing. Yeah. The oh, nothing types. It's usually because it was prefaced early in their life with somebody like that. Like, what the fuck kind of horse shit are you doing, idiot? God damn, dude, lay off. Yeah, that person later in life will say nothing when asked what are you doing? Oh, nothing. Yeah, because they were fucking beaten out of that one. And you don't have to know that, but you'll develop, you'll see these patterns as you talk to more people and get out there. Whoop!
This program is brought...
Holy crap, gang. My apologies. I hit so many wrong buttons all at once there. Understanding human nature. We're fuck-ups. Ooh, there we go. That's a great example. But people have equal capability for good and bad. Each of us is capable of the things the other is. Sure, some of us have handicaps and disabilities, and there's things we can and can't do, and yada, yada, yada. Proclivities and all that. But ultimately, there is not a whole lot outside of anyone's grasp. Like, you could go build an A-bomb. Like, the shit's out there. The instructions are on the internet. Good luck shopping. But it's been done. We've proven it. It's a doable. You can fly. Get you an airplane. Fuck, you can do a jetpack now. It's doable. It's there. It's all doable. Go get her done. There is nothing outside of your reach that has been reached for. And I think so many of us just get convinced for one reason or another not to reach. And that's going to be a lot of these folks you're going to be encountering, because they may know there's a better route. They may have access to better skills, but they may still rely on these sort of shittier methods because I forgot what I was saying. Holy shit, I did it again. I was thinking about someone in particular. The blackout thing. I talked about it last week a little bit. PTSD. It's like time travel a little bit. But like, if you've ever used Photoshop and you have like screen mode, it's kind of like that. But because it's not just a memory. It's all of it. It's the temperature changes. Like, it's gnarly. And then you get quantum leaped back and you're like, oh shit, what are we up to? Hi. Sucks. I wouldn't get it if I were you. Just kidding. Yeah, I can't help it. Nothing you can avoid. Comes and it goes. Understand human nature, we talked about that. Equal capability, anything you can do, I can do just the same. Or at least a hint poorly. Many members want to improve but lack discipline, organization, good role models. Oh, what was the thing I was getting at? Because there's folks you'll see who are like, they know how to do the right thing and they're still fucking up. It's going to be either habit, because they're not thinking about it, so they need to be more mindful about it. They may need to be observed and supervised during it, things like that. But they may not value the change. They may not value the upgrade, the effort it takes. They may know that, yeah, it is better for me to look out for other people and for me to do, whatever the thing is they're lacking. But they may not feel that self-development is worth a damn, because there is even in what might be perceived as an undesirable life state, someone can find comfort. At a minimum, people will be very afraid of that moment of darkness that might happen in between turning off a flashlight and turning on a light switch. And if there's any gap between those two, they may never do it. And sometimes as a leader, that's what you're there for, is to sort of keep things illuminated through that process as they go from this one way of viewing and seeing into this other one. And you being there through that process is going to be critical. Because it proves to them that this whole fucking thing is true, is right. That we're people. That we're humans. That this is a human process. Da, 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 da. They lack the discipline, organization, good role models, all that stuff. Insert for them. Be that leadership example. Provide them with further examples. Get them other mentors and role models. Show them movies that have good examples. Give them books. Whatever it's going to take, flood them with examples of, who they could be. And another thing, too, is don't just blindly, you should read about so-and-so. And then just leave it. That's not helping as much. It can help. You could be like, hey, you should read about Abraham Lincoln. I don't know that they will. Remember, let's do some purpose, motivation, and direction. So, hey, I think you need to read about Lincoln. Particularly his leadership methods during the Civil War, his leadership by walking around. I love the way you interact with your people. And I think you're already doing what he's doing. I think you would love to see how that gets scaled up and how that can be effective. Instead of, you should read about Lincoln. Help them. Help them. Help your people. They're not dumb. They're so much smarter than anyone gets credit for. But people really are on pause until they become activated. They are inactive things. And it's for their own safety. You preserve calories for your own safety. Your sluggishness is built into you because burning excess calories is a problem when threats are at hand. Because then you're going to be all tuckered out and you can't run. This is ancient bullshit. This is pre-human stuff from when we were deer or something weird. Yeah, I'll skip that line of thought. Okay, well, it's already midnight. I do like to kind of end at 12-ish. I am pleased that I didn't read the same slides as I did last week. That's kind of a big plus for me. I'm hoping the volume is on for this episode and listenable. Listenable? Is it? Listenable? Come on now. Pleasant to listen to at a minimum. If it's not listenable. If it is impossible for a thing to be listenable. We'll get into respect and the next stuff. We'll do all that next week. Was there a major point to this week? One, Hegseth is a fruit. Oh my god, Lindsey Graham has some stories about him too that are hilarious. And then, Speaker Johnson, Mr. Who, I do declare, there's some stories about Mr. Johnson. I'm gonna get shot in the head tomorrow. It won't be me doing it though, bitches. I'm a happy camper here in Detroit. I'm having a good time. Life's hard. But if it were easy, I'd be fucking bored. We are sort of cursed to be in a particularly animated portion of history, I'll say. There's a lot of work ahead of us if we want to unfuck things. But it is all doable. We have the staff. There we go. You, motherfucker. And you don't need to jump on our missions. Here at the League, we are uniquely positioned as an anomaly, something odd. Almost like it's from a different world. It's not always a fit for some people. Some people want to be very serious, very... I'm tough. Okay, go be tough. Go do that. I'm over here with glitter on my boots, still kicking ass. So I don't, it is what it is. But I think what's more important is, yeah, I have my banner. I have my momentum. 900 years of cannons being pointed at war in my particular family line. But I don't need to see a field filled with my banner. No. But I do need to see a field filled with banners. From horizon to horizon, flank to flank, shoulder to shoulder, shield to shield. I've seen them. If I dream of anything anymore, it's that. Just the sky flooded with all your banners. And for you to see the size of this army we have here. It's bigger than theirs. Older than theirs. Stronger than theirs. More everlasting. Plus, think about it. If them's your enemies, fuck them. Who cares if they're upset? If those are the kind of people you're upsetting, good. 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 No need for them to feel comfort. It's not time for that. Alright. I'm going to go to bed for real this time. Maybe. I say so. I'm going to drink the rest of my Faygo Zero. And eat my Girl Scout cookies. I got those in today. Next week, same, what was, none of you are old enough to know Snick. Some of you probably are. But they're like, same Snick channel, same, or some shit, same time, same place, or, I don't know. How many times did I black out during this? Don't turn it into a drinking game, because I have a feeling you'll get fucking hammered. Okay. We'll call it. I keep threatening to end the show. Don't turn that into a drinking game either, because it'd be the same scenario. I love you, gang. Know that. Know that you are loved, because you are here to be loved. I may not like you. I didn't say that part. We may have shit to do. We may have some work to do. But I do love you. You're amazing. That you're here at all is insane. Think about it. Most things aren't. Most things are pretend. Most things are rocks. Most things are like dust and rocks Besides that, like wet versions of that, mud, bugs maybe, plants. Most things are definitely not you. And like, man, oh man, isn't that cool? Here you are. And all the things you can do. That part's cool too. You know, jetpacks and A-bombs. Lead people. Love people. Feed people. You can do all that too. And you can go to bed. Have a good week.